We are live. We're going to do a quick review of what we learned last week and then keep moving on in the mimer. It's the Purim mimer. Last week we talked about Purim and Yom Kippur, how they share a connection, specifically that the name Yom Kippurim means a day like Purim.
Yeah.
One translation is that it means like it implies that it can be interpreted to mean that it's a day like Purim. Yom Kippurim is like a day like Purim.
And we also discussed how the atonement that one is done on Yom Kippur is also correlated to Purim.
Right. Why? Because a lottery is something that's above your will. Because when you give up your will to a lottery, the lottery is deciding what will be, and therefore the lottery itself implies that it's at a level that transcends will. It's above your own will because it's deciding your will for you. It's deciding something for you.
So you're promoting that it's a good thing to do lottery?
To do a lottery in this particular case, where you're guaranteed to get something out of it.
Okay.
The lottery that you think of in the United States is not a real lottery. Yeah, it doesn't work the same way. A lottery is like when you put in, there's like 10 plots of land and 10 people, and you put in a lottery to see who's going to pick first which plot of land that they should get, as they did later on before the Jews went into Eretz Yisrael. They did the lottery. So they're above the name Hashem Havaya because Hashem Havaya is Hashem's will in a manifested way, and so we're reaching a level above Hashem's will with a lottery. And I think that's pretty much it. It's above emotion. A lottery is above emotion, above intellect. You're giving something to something above yourself, beyond yourself. A lottery represents a level above Seder Shtalshalis, above the natural way things come into existence. And both Purim and Yom Kippur also feature a lottery, because in Yom Kippur they had the two goats and Azazel. They would send one to Azazel, one they would do a carbon with. Okay, so chapter 3. So the lofty quality of a lottery is well known, since we discussed it last week. You remember. So it's above intellect, it's above emotion, and when a person casts a lot, he decides that the lot is going to determine his will. Whatever the lot says, I'll do.
Which is Hashem deciding as well, right?
Kind of, yeah. But it indicates that the lottery is a level above will, above your own will. Why? Because only something above can influence the thing. I can't have influence over something if I'm not above it in some way.
Why would it matter if you're above it, though?
If the lottery was below one's will, it wouldn't determine their will. So we're saying that the inherent, the non-discussed thing about the lottery is, like the thing that we don't say about it, it's not obvious, it's above your will, because it's deciding your will. It's just like a president decides the policy of the country. He's above the other people in the country.
Stupid question.
No such thing as stupid questions.
Right.
Only stupid people. They can't become smart unless they ask questions. Okay, go ahead. What's your question?
No, I didn't know. No, I said that was a stupid question.
No, it's not a stupid question. Okay, the same thing applies. Also, the concept of a lottery reflects a level of Bal Haratzai, someone who's a master of the will, a rung above Hashem's will, even. Based on the above, it's possible to say that the connection between the two common factors shared by Yom Kippur and Purim, both of them have a lottery, and both of them transcend Hashem's name Havaya. It's not transcending Hashem himself, not that's Hashem, but Hashem's name Havaya in the manifestation of Hashem in this world, in a physical way, in the way that we can understand Hashem. A lottery is something above that our conception of what Hashem is. Yeah? Question? All right. So it's rooted in the concept that the beginning of Hashem's name Havaya is identified with the upper tip of the Yud Kei Vav Kei. And that alludes to will, which transcends wisdom. The concept that Yom Kippur and Purim transcend the name Havaya, transcend even the Yud of Yud Kei Vav Kei, reflects the concept that Yom Kippur and Purim draw down to reveal the level of a master of the will, the Bal Haratzai, which is above the will, obviously. And this is the root of the concept of the lottery. So now we've kind of the Rebbe just kind of wanted to close off. This is what a lottery is. A lottery is, in its essence, the idea of something that's above the natural order of things, above Hashem's will, even. It's above all wills. It exists.
It's not above
higher.
Hashem's
It's
will.
not. Yeah, no, I was about to say that. It's not. It's not above Hashem's will. It's Hashem that's playing a role in the lottery in the first place. It can't be above His will.
We've discussed this before, that there are things that are above even Hashem's will. That would be Hashem's desire. It's just that when it comes to Hashem, His desire is His will all at one time. It happens instantaneously.
So you're talking about free will.
Yeah, I mean, not really free will.
Okay.
Even that concept is a little bit paradoxical. It doesn't really work. The free will is the kavana you have in the things that you do. So, for example, last week's parsha, Paro had in a desire in his heart to chase after the Jews, right? And he was debating. He didn't go right away after the Jews. He had Rashi explains he was not sure if he was or wasn't, and so Hashem just gave him a little bit more a nudge in the way that he would he helped push him in the way that he should want that more. That desire of Paro to chase after the Jews should be more apparent in his mind. And then that desire ultimately influenced Paro's will and his actions that
You
follow.
realize you're opening up a can of worms.
Of course, I always am. You want to...
Because now what you're saying is that there isn't absolute free will.
There isn't. I said before, the only free will you have is the kavana.
Yeah, there isn't free will. There isn't absolute free will.
The kavana you have in the things that you do, that's your personal will.
Right.
They said that if Paro didn't enjoy enslaving the Jews, he wouldn't have been punished in such a big way. But he personally enjoyed enslaving the Jews. There was a pleasure, like a kavana that he had in it, like a personal investment that he wanted. Not that it was just, this is what Hashem wants for me to enslave the Jews. Okay, it is what it is.
So basically, he was punished for being a sadist.
Yeah, basically. Okay, so that's what a lottery is. It's a balaratzain, something that is above the will. That's what bal means, master of, but ayin lamed literally means on top of. So, based on this, we can explain the connection between the two interpretations of the name Yom HaKippurim, which explains what you were questioning last time.
Right.
You were like, with Yom Kippur, on Google Translate, it says a day of atonement. How can you say that it means also this? So the Rebbe addresses it. That on this day, atonement is granted for all undesirable contact. That's the first translation, or interpretation of what Yom Kippur means. Yom HaKippurim. And so the simple meaning is of the word Kippurim means atonement. But it also means, when you say Yom HaKippurim, it means that it resembles Purim.
Okay.
It's a day like Purim. So the resemblance between Yom Kippur and Purim is that on Yom Kippur, lots were cast. Yeah, on the different goats. This resembles Purim because the name of the holiday recalls the poor of Haman doing the lottery. If you know Purim, we can do a quick recap.
Well, I know Purim, but can you...
Yeah, sure, we'll do a quick recap. I'm sure also...
On Yom Kippur itself.
Oh, Yom
What's
Kippur?
happening with the two goats?
Oh, so what they would do is they would pick a goat to do a korban to Hashem, and they would pick a goat to put all the sins of Israel on, and they would send him into the desert off a cliff, and he would die. So kind of very similar to what we do like kaparot with the chicken on our head that we
don't do that with a goat.
We don't do that with the goat. Goat's too heavy.
Maybe a baby
Also at Tarningolis, there's it says in the Gemara and Bavli's where the tradition started of the kaparot of the chicken over the head. There's a line that Tarningolis, which is a chicken, and the word for man have some similar roots, and so we say a chicken is like a man, or a man is like a chicken, whatever you want to say. But there's some similarities in the lashon being used, and so they said instead of killing me, kill this other man, which is the chicken.
So is this why we talk about certain men being swingers?
Maybe outside the scope of the conversation.
Yeah.
That was the lots on Yom Kippur, was they would pick one goat to be a korban, one goat to put the sins on and send away. And on Purim, Haman did a lottery to figure out which month he was going to kill the Jews. So for complete atonement for conduct that runs contrary to Hashem's will, as manifest in the Torah and its mitzvahs, because that's what Hashem's Ratzon is, the Torah and the mitzvahs, right? When atonement is drawn down from Hashem's infinite light, the master of the will, the master of the Torah, the one above the Torah, that's a level that transcends Hashem's will and manifests as they are in Torah and mitzvahs, then this is the connection between the two interpretations of the name Yom Kippur. The fact that Yom Kippur resembles Purim, whose name recalls the lottery, the poor, indicates that Yom Kippur as well, divine energy, that on Yom Kippur as well, divine energy is drawn down from the level of the Baal HaRatzon, the master of the will. Yes.
Question. So would you say the level of cruelty that the Nazis did on the Jews
Yeah.
during the Holocaust
Yeah.
was something that was above Hashem's will?
Where's the lottery in that?
No, because you're talking about
Talking about a lottery.
you're talking about the will
Yeah.
being above Hashem's will.
Being above Hashem, a lottery is above the will. Yeah, master of the will. Yes.
So the level of cruelty the
yeah.
Nazis did, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think that was.
You don't think that was Hashem's
I
will?
think it
I don't
goes.
think no that
For
there'd
sure.
be experiments and all of that.
Yeah,
No.
for sure.
I think it goes. It goes in hand with the Paro example that I mentioned earlier about Paro being punished because he was enjoying.
So it was above. That's what I mean. It was above Hashem.
But you then would say that the enslavement in Egypt also was above Hashem's will.
Well,
But it wasn't.
yes and no.
Well, the only thing
because-
above Hashem's will was Paro's kavanah, exactly. And so you could say the same thing about the Nazis, and
That they had a
and the
kavanah.
kavanah led to their actions upon the Jews.
the enslavement in
You could
Israel
say, yeah,
was supposed to be 400 years,
right,
but it was only 210 years.
right.
So as a result of it being that much crueler than it should have been, then the Jewish people didn't need to stay all 400 years.
It was Moshe. Moshe insisted that it be changed.
But I think
Moshe insisted that the Torah be changed
Not the Torah, but that the enslavement.
because it
amount of
was
time
written that it
of
was supposed to
enslavement?
be for 400 years.
Right.
You're saying
If the Jews were enslaved for 400 years, they would have gotten Mashiach.
Moshe Rabbeinu
What if-
was Mashiach.
wait, hang on. You're saying how Moshe played a role in changing the amount of time that Jews were enslaved,
Yeah.
but I
They
thought
they decided the same way that
So then, wait. I thought that the whole point, I don't know who decided this, maybe it was
Wait,
Moshe,
wait.
but I thought the whole point of,
like Adam Rishon decided that people should struggle and work. That was Adam Rishon who made
but I
that
thought the
decision. for us.
reduction in time was directly because Hashem decided, they were treated harshly than anticipated.
You think Hashem didn't anticipate? Hashem was, will be.
No. I mean,
Is
like,
the nowhere in the knowledge.
that's not what I meant. I meant originally they were supposed to be there for 400 years, but supposedly it was cut in half, and I can't provide a source for this, but I try to relate to me here.
Here's the source. You ever been in a room with almost 15 million Jews?
You didn't let me
Just
finish.
listening to them complain the whole time? You would cut the event time in half.
No, but there was supposed to be a part played by the amount of cruelty inflicted on the Jews, and that's supposed to correlate to how much time the Jews would be enslaved in Egypt. At least that's what I've heard.
From where? Look
my
it up.
dad told me.
No.
My dad told
There
me. I
was-
don't know.
supposed to be
throw
there
them under the bus.
400 years. It's
Yeah.
written in the Torah, 400 years.
Yes.
But it ended up being 210 years.
Yes.
Okay. An explanation that I heard it is because of the level of cruelty that the Egyptians put on the Jewish people.
Okay, so how is that above Hashem's will?
Well, the level of cruelty, I'm not saying that the enslavement, but the level of cruelty that they used on the Jewish people was above and beyond what was quote unquote acceptable. And that's why the term.
I would want a
shorter.
source. It might be one opinion, but I would want a source for it. I'd have to look at it. I'd want to look at a source to see exactly how they phrased it.
I wish I could provide you one, but my source is literally hidden. So
Harav GPT. might But it's not a lottery, so you can't say it's a bala.
No, it's not a lottery.
It's not
but-
something above Hashem's will.
But I'm kind
It
of.
would be falling within the will of
taking
Hashem.
the part aside from what you're saying, where it's something above Hashem's will, because as far as I'm concerned, everything is Hashem's will. And
Yes.
for something to be above Hashem's will, that touches on whatever part we have of free will.
Something touches yeah, kind of, yes, kind of, yes.
So if the
Because kind of, yes. Not 100% yes, but kind of yes.
So if the Nazis, the reasons why they were whatever punished,
Does not have to do. It's all within Hashem's will. That's well within Hashem's will, I think. I know it's hard to say, like, how could Hashem let something like that happen?
No,
We can say the same thing about October 7th.
There is
So there's, like-
extermination. There is,
Labor camps.
but the thing is to add the level of cruelty, to that component.
It's still within Hashem's
I
will.
find it. I'm sorry. with all
I know
due
for you,
respect,
it's hard to
it's hard
accept
for me to
yeah.
accept
that Hashem would.
that Hashem
Would
wants,
will it.
He can will. He can say, okay, I want 6 million people to.
But his desires and his wills are the same.
But then the people that he gave that capability to do over the Jewish people, they went above and beyond that, and that's where I think is what is above Hashem's will.
It's not above Hashem's will, though, because if it was above Hashem's will, it would have changed His will. It did not change His will.
No, but it's
Tshuva is a better example. Tshuva, which we've talked about, literally changes a person altogether.
yeah.
Which is that changing, you're when you change creation from its essence, like a yesh ma'ayin kind of thing, you're creating a brand new person out of nothing.
Okay.
That is literally what Hashem does.
Okay, so that would be
100%. That's above
considered
Hashem. That's above
Hashem's will.
exactly.
Okay, all right.
Which ties into
Well, because
Yom
it's
Kippur and
Hashem's-
Purim.
Because it's Hashem's desire, which you said is above Hashem's will and will.
Yes, exactly. So you're tapping into Hashem's desire,
Okay, so
which changes the will, but it's above Hashem's will.
Yeah, but but desire influences will, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course.
So in a sense, will cannot exist without desire.
Yeah, and
Where was I going with this? And there's I don't know. I was gonna say there's very nuanced differences between the outcome of a will and the outcome of someone's desire, but.
Well, when it comes to Hashem, though,
So you can say interchangeably, like desire and will,
are very similar.
Yeah.
They're tied. They're neck and neck. Yes, of course. Specifically when you're talking about Hashem, when you're talking about Hashem's desire and His will are mamish the same exact thing. But in the order of things, it starts with His desire, and the desire determines what the will is. It just happens to be that when it comes to Hashem, everything happens instantaneously. When it comes to us, you don't will something to happen until you have a desire beforehand. There has to be a desire to do something, and then from that desire you have the motivation, and it builds the fire to make the action actually happen. Will implies that there's something physically changing. Desire is something still not able to be touched, felt, seen.
okay.
In the world. If I have a desire right now to eat all the pastries in there, you guys don't see that. You guys can't feel that from me.
Why not?
You
Let's
can
do it.
If you have a sixth sense, I mean,
because my will is. But
I'm sure the four of us could probably.
so there's a stronger desire in me to be skinny and to be healthy than there is for me to indulge in my physical
But it doesn't
desires.
hurt once in a while.
It doesn't hurt once in a while. That's true.
So-
There's a guy who went on a diet of Twinkies, nothing but Twinkies
Oh,
and
yeah, I
snack
heard of
food,
that.
and he lost weight. His cholesterol went down. His blood pressure was better. He just ate under his caloric deficit. Yeah.
There's caloric maintenance.
And he got way healthier. And he ate Doritos and chips and Twinkies the whole time. Yeah.
Basically, weight gain is what contributes to a lot of the problems.
Yes.
And,
Yeah.
So
Mostly. Even if you're eating healthy, if you eat too much, it's not good.
One additional question that I would like some clarification on.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that Moshe Rabbeinu was the Mashiach. I'm saying that he was a Mashiach.
There's an idea that there's a Yosef Mashiach and a Moshe Mashiach.
David.
A David, yeah.
David, yeah.
David.
Ben Yosef
Yeah.
and Ben David, yeah.
Ben David and Ben Yosef, yeah.
So are you saying that Moshe Rabbeinu was not a Mashiach?
I will say it the same way I talk about the Rebbe.
Okay,
I don't know another person at that time, in our time, if I see myself as personally leaving Mitzrayim, if I was there, I would tell you that I don't see another human possible that could fit the role the way that Moshe does. If it's going to be anybody, as far as I know, it's Moshe.
Okay.
So then, what stops Moshe from saving us?
Hashem.
Well, no,
Hashem
no,
literally
no,
said,
there were a few
stop
things.
davening
You
to
had-
let you into Eretz Yisrael,
No,
because if
if-
you went to Eretz Yisrael, it would have been
If
done.
there
That
wasn't
would
the
have been it.
Egel, if there wasn't the 12 spies, that would have been the end of the story.
Die, yenu, die.
No, that was it.
That was it, yeah.
And he would have had the label of
Mashiach.
Mashiach.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's still an idea that he is Mashiach, in that the reason, it says that the reason that Hashem made Moshe stay in the desert and not go into Eretz Yisrael was that he said one day, Techiyas Amesim, all the people who died in the desert, they're going to come back and they need to be led to Eretz Yisrael. And you're going to be the one to do it.
Who's you?
Moshe.
Oh.
Hashem said that to Moshe. He said, you're going to be the one to lead. It's lahavdil like Kever Rachel. Rachel Imenu.
Yeah.
That she was there to help give strength and guide the people along the path, along the way. That's why she's buried there and not in Machpelah.
I've heard a few explanations, but yeah, okay. For time
For
constraint purposes.
For Pshat, yeah.
For time
Okay.
constraints, continue.
So, this is the rationale of the explanation of Yom Kippur as the Day of Atonement. the day on which atonement is granted for undesirable conduct is Yom Kippur, right? When you sin the whole year, Yom Kippur, you get atonement for the bad things you did. On this, it can be understood that the atonement granted on Purim is actually even greater than the atonement granted on Yom Kippur.
Say that again?
The atonement that you receive on Yom Kippur
Yes.
is a lower level of atonement that you receive on Purim.
I refuse to believe.
You refuse to believe it because it doesn't make any sense. How is it possible?
You're at a level above Merachim on Yom Kippur,
Yes.
and yet you're claiming that on Purim that the atonement is
You're not a level
less
above. You're trying to be like a malach on Yom Kippur.
and you're saying that the level of atonement that we have is less than Purim.
Yes, 100%.
So I have a theory.
Yes, you have a theory. Let's hear it.
You want to hear my theory?
Yeah, before we get to the Rebbe's real answer, we'll hear your theory. It might be the same. Let's hear it.
The Megillah Esther.
Megillah Esther, yes.
Okay. Why is it so important? Did we talk about this last year?
Maybe. No, we didn't meet before Purim last year.
We didn't?
No.
Okay. So I have a theory about the Megillah Esther.
Okay.
If you look at everything that we do throughout the year,
Yeah.
okay, I mean all the minchagim and
Yes.
this is the only time where it is a requirement, not just for men, not just for women,
Oh, to hear
but
the
children,
Everyone has to hear the
babies,
Megillah.
everybody
Yeah.
has to hear
The
Every
Megillah.
single word.
every
Yeah.
single word. With
Yeah. Yeah.
Lama. Why?
No?
Because again, in my humble opinion, I'm not saying, but I'm just thinking that maybe it's a sigula against genocide.
I was about to say
And-
that actually.
and
I was thinking
by-
the same thing.
Oh,
By hearing
Yes.
the entire Megillah,
Segula
we're protecting ourselves
against genocide.
against genocide. Again, is a
I agree with you 100%.
thought. Wow, that's a first.
Yeah, exactly 100%. I have no qualms with what you said. I think it ties in. It fits the argument. There's nothing I have against what you said.
Wow, Mashiach must be.
No, it's 100% true. It has to be that way because Yom Kippur doesn't atone for.
none of those. Yeah,
for
there's no
genocide.
other Chagim.
Right.
There's nothing.
Why do we treat Yom Kippur more intensely as a holiday than Purim?
Maybe you do.
What do you mean? Maybe I do. Everybody does. Every
Maybe
Jew,
you
Well,
do.
every Jew does.
A proper Chabad Chassid does not treat Yom Kippur in a higher esteem than he treats Purim. No way.
Okay,
You see
so
more.
I have another
You
explanation.
see more. You see more Jews take.
You see more Jews doing Yom Kippur than Purim?
You see more Jews.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See more Jews take Yom Kippur more
Seriously.
seriously than
Yes.
Purim. And
Okay.
you see more non-Jews actually participate in Yom Kippur than
Right.
Purim.
And you see the majority of Jews are not learned, and the minority are.
Okay.
If every Jew was learned in this concept, if they would learn this mimer from the Rebbe, they would know what the truth is.
So, would you like to hear my theory about that?
Let's hear a theory. Why not? I might not agree this
You
time.
might not agree with it.
You're on a roll. You want to roll the
let's see.
dice. He's gonna
Okay.
play the lottery one more time.
Okay. On Yom Kippur,
Yeah.
people go to Beit Knesset.
Yeah.
We
Fast.
fast
Yeah.
with an acknowledgement, with the knowledge that Hashem is going to forgive us. Hashem is
Right.
on Purim.
Yeah.
There's no mention of Hashem.
Yes.
There's no mention of anything.
Yes.
So it takes a higher level of emunah to recognize the miracles, because on Yom Kippur we talk about Hashem, 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 Hashem.
Right.
On Purim we don't, and so it takes a higher level of emunah.
It's above.
That's why it's
above the name of Hashem.
There you go.
Above the name of Hashem. Yeah.
What do you think?
100%. Yeah. I agree with you.
I don't
You're
know.
2 in a row. You want to go for 3? Want to go for 3? You feeling lucky?
Not occupying my man.
I'm in.
I should call this the David Agreement Lottery.
The double agreement lottery. Yeah. Do I agree with you? Do I agree? So.
Hey,
So I will mention also that you said one thing I don't agree with you, but
it's okay. Good.
one small thing. You said that on Yom Kippur we go in with the expectation that we're going to be atoned.
Well, we hope. Well, yeah.
Oh, you hope. Okay,
You know.
so there's actually a caveat in Rambam that talks about that even Rabbi Yehuda Nasi
Still, it's a lottery.
says that atonement is granted on Yom Kippur even without the tshuva, but he agrees that tshuva is necessary for a complete atonement to be granted.
Right.
And we've talked about this before, where you have partial tshuva and total tshuva.
Yeah,
Complete tshuva is like the person's a brand new person; it's a brand new entity altogether. You have like a partial tshuva where you took the garments, your dirty garments, to the dry cleaner, but you couldn't get out that one stain. So you have that little stain on you still. It's the same you that you were before, but you don't have on you all the muck and dirt that was there before.
Okay.
So they're just like a small stain. So complete tshuva is mamash brand new garments, brand new person, everything's new. So on Yom Kippur, there's a caveat to the atonement granted.
Okay.
The caveat is you have to do tshuva.
Mm-hmm.
While the atonement that's granted on Purim, you don't. There's no tshuva. So what
Yes,
tshuva?
there is.
What tshuva do you talk about on Purim?
Yes, there is.
What tshuva do you talk about on Purim?
Esther, she fasted for 3 days.
Okay, and what did you do on Purim?
Well, no, I'm talking about back then.
I puked in my
And she-
neighbor's yard.
No,
I got so
then,
sugars.
she asked.
We fasted the day before,
We fasted the day before.
not on Purim. You fast the day before. But Purim itself, there's no fasting. It's a day of rejoicing.
Don't we
Simcha.
fast-
You have to have a meal.
Don't we fast on the 13th of Adar, though, the same day that we're supposed to be exterminated?
That's the Esther's fast. That's
Yeah.
the Tanis Esther.
Okay.
Tanita
Okay,
Esther.
okay, so that symbolizes that we
But it's not Purim.
we beg for forgiveness. So that
And
we
not
don't
everybody
be
fasts.
exterminated.
Not everybody fasts. And that fasting has nothing to do with Purim. It has to do with Purim. But you do it.
Nothing to do with Purim. Seriously.
It has nothing to do with the simchas and the celebration of Purim itself. It's not a caveat. It's not, you didn't fast on Tanis Esther, so you can't do Purim.
Well, Purim
Yeah,
is a.
Yom Kippur, the fast is mamish part of the holiday. If you don't fast on Yom Kippur, you're not doing Yom Kippur. If I don't fast Tanis Esther, I can still do Purim.
But the actual event of Purim, like back then, was very.
Back then, yeah.
but the whole-
wait. Like back then, it's like it was very two-sided. Like on one, like on the first instances, I guess if you want to call it that. It was very worrisome. It was very sad. It felt,
Purim?
Yeah, because it was it felt inevitable that
We're all gonna die.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
And then as time went on, we saw changes, and we saw that things were reversed. You know, we saw things were reversed for the Jews, and that
It wasn't over time on Purim. It was all at once.
That's my point.
It wasn't over time.
That's my point. It was all at, that's what I meant by this. By the way, it was all at once. Like immediately, it transitioned from hopelessness to rejoice.
Right, and?
So it's not. So
But Purim has nothing to do with the hopelessness. Purim is specifically on the second half of that, just the rejoicing.
but you're excluding when we were talking about like the fast. You're excluding the significance of the fast itself, and
I'm not excluding the significance of it. I'm excluding the fact that you think that the fast has anything to do with the atonement on Purim itself. The fast that we do.
and why is it
Has
not?
nothing to do with it. We do the fast as like a callback, so to speak, in honor of Esther and all the Jews that fasted back then.
No, but
But Purim itself,
the Purim is
not
the
associated.
festival that we were saved.
yes, I agree.
But we still fast the day before.
A day before, but not on.
In anticipation of
No, not in anticipation of anything.
in anticipation of being saved.
You don't count 13th of Adar as part of Purim?
No. It's Tinus Esther. It's its own thing.
Whatever, fair enough.
Whereas the fast of
I mean,
Yom Kippur is mamish on Yom Kippur, has to do with Yom Kippur. It's totally associated.
But it has to do with 13th of Adar. Also
Okay, what does the 13th of Adar have to do with the 15th of Adar?
Okay, it signifies.
Nothing.
No, it signifies.
2 different days.
You know what?
No. I mean, I could be wrong here, but to me, I could be wrong here, but to me, it signifies the sudden switch from hopelessness to rejoice.
Okay,
But
that's great.
can I?
That's fine.
Can I add to this discussion?
Okay.
Unfortunately, I have to disagree with you and I have to agree with them, and I'll tell you why. Because if you look at,
Unfortunately, yeah. Feel free to throw in your opinions also, whatever you want. You can join the conversation.
if you look at all the different fasts that we do throughout the year,
Yeah.
they usually precede the event.
The fast that we do usually precedes the event.
For example, Tisha B'Av, we start. Oh no, Tisha B'Av is on
Tisha
Tisha
B'Av,
B'Av.
yeah.
The 10th of Tevet is on
The 10th of David.
10th of
10th
Tevet.
of David, yeah.
17th of Tammuz is on.
17th of Tammuz.
So we don't fast before, as it relates to that event.
Thank
So-
you. Yes, never.
So this is the only situation with Purim where we fast the day before. Therefore,
So are you completely separating?
I'm not saying they're unrelated. They're not
they're related,
unrelated.
but it doesn't have the same meaning. It's
But
really what I'm
the
saying.
fast itself has nothing to do with the celebration and the miracles of Purim. That's separate.
It's related, but it's not
Same,
completely
but
related.
different.
There were two parts to Purim back then. There was.
Yeah, the fast leading up to, and then the actual change of the decree.
Okay, so then why aren't those
Because
in the same ballpark
the
with each
fast
other?
has nothing to do with the miracle. The fast is totally unrelated to the miracle. Otherwise, we'd be talking about the fast, not the lottery.
Sorry, I didn't mean to disagree. with you.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I
I'm open to learn.
The miracle itself of Purim is what we're celebrating on Purim. The fact that there was a fast beforehand, yeah, it doesn't take away. We're not taking away from the fast. We're
Then
saying,
what's
yes,
the point of doing the fast then? I'm just curious.
as a commemoration of Esther and the Jews who did the fast then.
All right.
That's literally it.
It's different. Yeah.
And it's not like any of the other fasts either. All the other fasts are because of sad things.
Right.
This fast we do, even though there's something good, we know something good is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very, but it's not, when you celebrate Purim, if you were to say, if you said to someone, oh, I didn't celebrate Purim this year, and they say, oh, you didn't give Shlach Mana? Like, no, I gave Shlach Mana. Like, oh, you didn't hear Megillah? No, I heard Megillah. Oh, you didn't give Tzedakah? No, I gave Tzedakah. Oh, so you did Purim. It's like, no, but I didn't do the fast. They would say, no, you still did Purim.
Did you get drunk?
Yeah.
Blaster.
Yeah. I forgot who's Haman, who's Mordecai. I'm cheering at the
that was
wrong
my wife.
thing. Yeah, exactly.
That's a whole other level.
I forgot my pants at home. But if you don't do the fast, they don't say you didn't do Purim. So you can't say that they're together.
I don't know. I was under the impression that the fast was one of the major parts of Purim.
My cousin is related to me, but she's not my wife. I'm not from West Virginia.
They are.
I'm not from West Virginia. I'm not Arab. I'm not Moroccan.
Sorry.
You're Moroccan, yeah? No, you're Yemen. You're good. You're in the clear.
He's one of the good guys.
Yeah, exactly.
My wife's from Yemen.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, so where we left off, Yom Kippur, you only get the atonement of Yom Kippur, full atonement, if you do tshuva. But the atonement that's given on Purim has nothing to do with whether or not you're going to resolve to do tshuva or not. It's just given to all. It's given to all the Jews blankly. It saves the Jews from a genocide. It saves basically because we know that if all the Jews were sinners and were to give up the Torah, that Hashem would end the world. There would be no reason for the world to continue going.
Okay.
So on Purim, he's basically saying, you're all good in my book. I'm saving you all. Even though some of you are sinners, even though some of you are never going to do tshuva, even though some of you don't even know what Purim is, on Purim, I'm giving atonement to everybody.
Okay? So this makes Purim a higher level of
Yes.
Of
Yes.
because
There's no caveat.
but wouldn't you
There's no ultimatum. It's given to everybody, blanketly.
You mean no matter who you are?
No matter who you are, no matter what you did, what you're gonna do.
So you're saying
Purim
because
is the same for everybody.
so basically you're saying because Hashem
You don't want to
is
say
more.
that too loud because people are going to say, "Then why do I need to go to Yom Kippur?"
Are you?
Yeah, I have Purim I can do. I
Are
don't
you
need Yom
saying,
Kippur.
so basically,
Much easier.
so basically, you're saying that because the decision that Hashem makes is a little bit more ambiguous on Yom Kippur.
It's not ambiguous.
Yeah, it is.
It's not ambiguous. That's not a good adjective. I know what you're trying to say, but ambiguous is not.
Then what's the right word?
Ambiguity means that it's like
It's very gray. Like,
right, but it's not gray. It's very clear. It's very black and white. He's giving atonement to everybody, whether you did tshuva, not tshuva.
All the Jewish people.
but you
All the Jews.
But I mean, you put more effort into it, and so you try to get a better judgment. And,
That's Yom Kippur.
yeah, and so theoretically, if you the more effort you put, the more holier it is.
Yes, Yom Kippur.
And so the better the atonement.
Well, no. Let me explain. If you could say that I have the inventor of chairs. He's making for me a chair. He's make me the best chair in the world. Now I could say I'm a master chair maker. I'm not the inventor of chairs, but I'm a master chair maker.
Okay.
So I can make a chair better than the inventor of chairs. That's what you're claiming.
Okay.
You can't. He's the inventor. He literally created the chair.
Straight shot of it.
Yeah. You can't beat the creator of the chair. You might be amazing, but you could say for every single person, every single Jew, you could say, oh, my atonement's going to be greater than Hashem's atonement for me on a different day. Hashem's the one who created it to begin with. And
Hashem atones for you on
He's granting atonement to everybody, irregardless of where they're holding. And we know tshuva is limited on Yom Kippur. It's a limited tshuva based on your own abilities. And you're telling me now that your abilities are greater than the abilities of Hashem to do tshuva for everybody. Of Hashem's tshuva that He's giving to everybody is greater. You're saying that you can do tshuva better on your own.
So you're
With
saying
personal abilities.
Tshuva is Hashem based on Yom Kippur, on
Purim.
Purim,
Yeah.
and on Yom
Us
Kippur
based.
it's us based.
Us, exactly.
Interesting.
Yom Kippur is very personal to me.
Okay.
It's me asking forgiveness to other people. It's me asking forgiveness to Hashem. On Purim, there's no me.
Yeah, but if you're making
There's not even Mordechai and Haman. They
No, but if
they
you're
get mixed
making
together.
Tshuva, you still have to ask forgiveness for other people that you sinned against.
If you're making tshuva,
Yeah.
yeah. But on Purim, you're not.
But Hashem can't forgive you for things that you did to other people.
Yes. But again, on Yom Kippur, you're supposed to ask people that you've
On Yom
wronged.
Kippur, yes, but
Yeah.
on Purim you don't.
Exactly.
Okay. But Hashem can't forgive you for the things you did towards other people on
Why
Purim.
not?
On Purim,
Why not?
can't.
Why not?
Because it requires...
The thing is on Purim, if you're doing Purim properly, the idea is that Haman and Mordechai get mixed up. Why? Why are we mixing the biggest Rasha and the biggest Tzaddik?
Well...
It doesn't make sense. We're reaching a level that's beyond
I
a
understand,
Rasha,
but-
beyond the Tzaddik. We're existing in a space, in a mainframe from Hashem's perspective. From Hashem's perspective, there is no you, there is no me. Which means that I can't sin against you, you can't sin against me.
So you're saying like because Am Yisrael is all unified, you atones for
Not
everybody.
even just Am Yisrael, the whole world. Haman is not a Jew. We're mixing up him and Tzaddik and Mordechai.
If I
It's
stiff
literally the
somebody
entire
on
world.
this, if I stiffed somebody Erev Purim
Yeah?
on a big deal and they lost a lot of money and I came out like smelling like a rose,
Yes?
on Purim, I'm not like exonerated from it.
You are. Because you and that guy are different. You screwed yourself. Do you get exonerated for screwing yourself? There's no sin in screwing yourself. The face of Purim is
I
a
came out
bomb.
smelling like a
He
rose.
screwed the other guy
The
over.
other-
not
I
him.
screwed the other guy.
I know, but on Purim, like we said, Mordechai and Haman are mixed. Mordechai becomes Haman. Haman becomes Mordechai. Does that make any sense?
With all
So
due
he
respect,
became the guy that he screwed, and the guy he screwed becomes him. They become the same. There's an idea of, because from Hashem's perspective, there is no you, there is no me. It's just Hashem. It's one unified blob of energy
I
and
hear what you're
consciousness,
saying.
whatever you want
I-
to say.
I
However helps
respectfully
you understand it.
have a difficult time swallowing that one.
I have a difficult
It's
time
the
understanding.
only way that this works. You can't have, and that's the whole idea of the lottery is above will. Will, Hashem's will,
So a
is the
shyster.
manifestations. The
So
Yud
what
Kei
you're
Vav Kei is
saying
little
that it's
physical
okay.
manifestation.
So are you
Your
saying
understanding of
you're saying
separation.
that it's okay for a shyster to wait until Erev Purim
To screw somebody?
to screw a bunch of people
You
over.
should never screw
and
anybody
then,
over.
No, and then
But during the time of Purim is a time of elevation of not just the Jews, but the entire world. It's elevated to a space of how Hashem exists in his etzem, which evil can't exist in the world unless there's evil in Hashem. There is evil in Hashem.
So
There is evil in Hashem. But in Hashem's world, when you have an overwhelming light, you can't see anything else. That's how Hashem exists.
so
We're saying during the times of Purim, there's an overwhelming light that's shining forth through the world, and there's no such thing as a separation of existence. That's why we get so shicker, because reality is not reality.
using my dad's example,
It's
and
mixed together. Check it up.
I'm gonna go back to my dad's example for a second and change. Up
I want you to say whatever you're thinking.
and change up like some of the characters. Instead of him screwing somebody over in a business deal or whatever.
Sure. Chas v'shalom, he murders somebody.
No, that's not what I was going to say. I go ahead into a sketchy alleyway, wave my wallet around, and I want to be a victim so I can get robbed the day before Purim. That way, the robber who takes my money makes me the robber, and I get the money back.
No, that's not. It's not like an exact one-to-one thing, like where I actually become the robber, and the robber becomes me, and I get my money back, kind of thing. It's the idea that we're mixing them, not that one becomes the other. We're mixing them in a way that it becomes one big cholent.
so you're saying that the tzaddik now
What significance
becomes
does that
stained with
have,
avirot?
does that have, though?
What?
If you're mixing them,
Yes.
that means the Rasha now is exempt, and the tzaddik now has a bunch of avirot on him.
Not necessarily.
What significance?
Well,
does
if
that
Batal
you're mixing
Shishi.
it-
Let's say it's Batal Shishi. There's more light than there is darkness in the
If-
world,
if
and we'll
you're-
say the darkness becomes Batal to the massive enormity of light that there is.
What significance does that have, though, to have like a big cholent of everybody inside, like mixed all together, as you said?
What's the significance?
Yeah,
Like, what's the purpose?
yeah.
Because we're reaching a level of how it's going to be during Mashiach times, like getting a sneak peek. Because in Mashiach times, reality is going to exist as reality, but our perception of it is what changes.
We will see everything that is emet.
Right. Which, in terms of godliness, everything is good that's coming from Hashem. Even what we perceive as evil now, we'll now see
But we
what
will know if we're dealing with a shyster or not.
there won't be a shyster. In
They
Mashiach
can't.
times,
So you're
there can't be. A shyster literally can't exist in the times of Mashiach.
So
Because he will perceive the world as it truly is in the essence of Hashem, and you can't conduct yourself in any other way.
So let me see if tell me if I'm understanding this correctly. Because everybody is mixed in together, it's like in the times of Mashiach, the same way everybody would be mixed in together. Everybody would know each other the same way that they know them, and therefore.
You know, Starlink, or what's it called? Neuralink,
Yeah,
where Hashem's going to put chips in everybody's heads.
yeah.
Now my inner thoughts and desires are going to be known to you.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
But that's going to kill your shiur business.
Yeah, Baruch Hashem. Baruch Hashem will be working. I'm a leader. Be working in the Beis Hamikdash. I don't need this other side stuff.
Can we continue?
Yeah, we have to
I wanna-
finish. We have 5 minutes.
Can I send a zip bomb to other people in Mashiach time? Or not?
So you were going to say something?
No, no worries.
Okay. He got scared. All right.
No, you just say there is no evil
Yeah.
in Hashem.
There is evil in Hashem. Yeah.
I think there is no evil, but the way we perceive it.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
But there is no evil.
No, there's no evil.
There's no evil in it.
There is no evil in
That means there's
Hashem.
no good either.
No, there is good.
There's only good.
There's only good.
But the way
Right.
we perceive it.
Right.
But our perception of
Exactly.
But our
It seems as though it's evil, but it's really not.
But
Yeah.
can't
Exactly.
evil not exist without good, though?
It's more muddled when you get into the essence of Hashem because it's all together. But the idea is that there's a light that's so overwhelming you can't see anything else. In a lava pit, there's no anything else that exists. You can throw metal into a lava pit; it turns into the lava.
So with all the darkness that there is in the world,
Yes, there's not a lot, but yeah.
Hashem outside, let's say.
Hold on one second. Let's finish this, and then you're
Let's
gonna
finish,
say.
please.
All right, fine.
Okay.
Sorry for holding that.
No, so it's good. So we know that there's an advantage of Purim because it has the fundamental concept of a lottery, and we've discussed before. Lottery is above the will, and the energy is drawn down from the level of the Baal Ratzain, and this is specifically to Purim. and these days are given their name because of the lottery. Therefore, the atonement granted on Purim has no limitations. On Yom Kippur, we call it Yom Kippurim. As we said, one interpretation is it's like Purim, meaning that it's not. It's just a resemblance of Purim, which means that it's not the full level that Purim is. On Yom Kippur, atonement is granted only when it's accompanied by tshuva. But on Purim, we get full atonement across the board. Chazak Baruch Shkoyach. Thank you guys. This Wednesday night marks Yud Shvat, which is the 75th anniversary of the Rebbe coming into power, and it's a big to-do. And we're going to be at Shimmy's 7 o'clock Wednesday night. Join us. And I'll do live again. We'll be starting again from the beginning of this and getting as far as we can go.
Not going to have any Q&A?
Yeah, let's see. We got anybody asking questions? Pretty quiet. We had a lot of people come. Questions. How is atonement received on Purim? By celebrating or independent of that? Technically, sorry, you said no caveat. Yeah, so it's independent. Whether or not you're celebrating Purim or not, every Jew is technically granted this atonement, as they were back in Persia.
You just said everybody's atoned though, and everybody is unified on Purim.
Yeah.
So
She
it's
asked-
not as independent. It's more
No,
like
she was asking if it's dependent.
oh, what? Wait, what? She was asking what?
She's saying, is atonement received on Purim by celebrating or independent of celebrating? You don't have to celebrate Purim to get the redemption of
But
Purim.
you still need to listen here the Megillah. And
I mean, it's important that you do that, but it doesn't mean that you won't get the atonement that's on Purim. Everybody, thank you so much. We will see you next time.